Teenagers and superpowers collide for a big-budget action movie. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to RealScreenReviews.com. I'm Nick Iacubucci, happily joined by my guest critic, Greg Hill. Greg, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me again, Nick.
All right, and our next film is I Am Number 4. I Am Number 4 opened in wide release on February 18th, 2011, and it stars Alex Pettyfer, Timothy Olyphant, and Diana Argon. It comes to us from director DJ Caruso, a veteran of the TV show The Shield, also directing and helming feature films such as Disturbia and Taking Lives. And without further ado, I will turn it over to my returning critic here to tell us a little bit about I Am Number 4.
Well, we find out that the main character, John, played by Alex Pettyfer, is, I don't know if they come out right off the bat, and they pretty much tell you pretty much find out right off the bat that he's an alien from another planet.
Yes.
And he's got his mentor / guardian in
the Obi-Wan
Kenobi character in Timothy Olyphant named Henry. And you basically find out that they fled their home world from these creatures called Matagorians.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not exactly familiar, but it's a long, hard name.
And there are 9 children left from this race. That's it. You know, the entire race is extinct.
And they're being hunted.
And they're being hunted by these Matagorians, or whatever they're called.
And which one is the lead character? Is he number 5?
You think this would be easy.
I think he's number 4.
I think he's number 4.
Okay.
I think it might be in the title.
Well, did you like the movie? Did you not like the movie?
I have to say I was pleasantly surprised by the movie. I thought it was going to be a little bit more on the cheesy side, but I actually left feeling, like satisfied? I said, pleasantly surprised, satisfied.
I'm going to say that this is a middle-of-the-road film. I'm going to say I probably was expecting less than I got. I mean, I got more than I was expecting. I was expecting less than that was delivered. I will say that Alex Pettyfer shows signs of being a leading man. I think he's much more than a pretty face. I thought he did some deserving acting. I don't think he was, like, fantastic. Like, I wasn't doing cartwheels with this movie. I thought it was kind of cliched in spots, but I did at least enjoy it. You know?
Yeah, it's very enjoyable, and like I said, you know, it was a lot more than I was expecting because, you know, like I said, I was expecting this cheesy teen romance with a little bit of, you know, bad action sequences.
Well, I will say that I think it copied a little bit on the Twilight franchise. I think it copied a little bit from some other franchises that are kind of popular right now. I know the original source material, this is a very, very short novel, and they made this into a big franchise, and I think they're trying to turn this into a franchise, and it kind of leaves you with a sequel ending.
Yes.
One problem I kind of had with the film is that these action sequences, which are actually really credible action sequences, they're big, the special effects are good, but they come out of nowhere. I mean, like they're walking down the street, and all of a sudden there's this enormous action sequence, and then they have a battle with these villains, and then after this huge battle where there's like explosions and stuff going, he just turns and walks her home like nothing ever happened. I felt some of that made the movie kind of feel a little unbalanced, maybe a little uneven, but I did, once again, I did like the film. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, there's quite a few decent performances, like you said.
Yeah, and, Timothy Olyphant was pretty good. He's always pretty good.
He was one of my favorite character, or actually, he was my favorite character in the story.
Teresa Palmer plays number 6, and she's a very, very attractive blonde, and she comes in kicking some ass right and left. Yeah. She was a very entertaining character. I did like the movie. The villains are kind of hokey. They reminded me of an Australian football team, an Australian rules football team, very drunk, doing. I mean, they had like weird. Piercings and stuff. They kind of looked like Alex Pettyfer from his movie coming out next week called Beastly, and I think that's kind of funny. But I don't know. Once again, I did think actually the movie was a tad bit cheesy in spots, a tad bit corny in spots. I thought it was targeted at teenagers with the teenage drama and the hazing of the high schoolers and stuff like that. But I think that the movie came in at the end. It had a slam-bang ending. It had a great finish, and I thought that was enough to really for me to propel it to say, at least to give it a favorable review. How many stars are you going to give it?
Well, I'm going to give it 3. Like I said, I thought it was solid. You know, it was entertaining. Just a good afternoon at the movies.
I'm on the same wavelength, but I'm not exactly on the same page. I'm going to say I liked it a little bit less than Greg, and I'm going to say a mild but still favorable 2 1/2 stars out of 4. You know, I mean, I said, you know, if you're looking just to be entertained, you're gonna like this. It's gonna be a nice afternoon at the movie. So.
Well,
I guess that'll do it then, and we'll just wrap this up and say, remember, folks, we're not always right.
Only when it comes to the movies.
And thank you for your attention.